Welcome to Comics on Parole. My name is Dan Glazer. How are you doing, Al?
Good, great.
Al, listen, we started the show a few minutes earlier, but apparently it didn't go through to the public. So we're starting it over again. So I had introduced this young man, Mark Johnson, who's a mentalist, up here to do a trick on Al. And he's a mental trick. He's a mentalist. And his mental tricks don't work on me because Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. My mind is just so superior than most of the public. So what we're going to do is start the show with Al coming over here and Mr. Mark Johnson doing one of his mental trickeries on Mr. Alvin. Get over here, Al. Is it Albert or Alvin?
It's Al.
Al.
Okay.
My name is Al.
There you go.
How you doing?
Okay, great.
All right. Okay.
Do have a seat. Good to see you on
All right.
camera for
This
a change.
seat right here.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
good. That's good.
All right.
Okay. This is one of those books you buy at convenience stores that's just different cities. If you're traveling somewhere, you know,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you want to look through it, you're welcome to. But I mean, you know, just
Okay.
because I'm going to let you hold
100
it.
cities, huh?
100 cities that you could travel to, what you can see in these different cities. Now, here's what I want to do. Let me see it.
Okay.
I'm going to flip through it, and I want you to say stop.
Stop.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take that.
Okay.
Now, I want you to concentrate on that page.
Okay.
And I'm going to get out my handy official cheap pad. First thing I can tell you about those two pages is there are two pictures. That's not hard. There are two pictures on every spread.
Okay.
So are you really impressed that I got that so far?
Yeah, that's-
And they're probably in color.
Yeah, they are.
Uh-huh.
They are. Mhm.
Well, the second thing I can tell you is that I get the feeling that there is a picture of a statue of some kind,
That's true.
some kind of a monument even.
That's true. Yes.
And it's a human figure.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with the Wild West?
Oh, yeah.
Something like a cowboy or a... no, it's not. It's a woman. It's a cowgirl.
You're right.
There you
Matter of
go.
fact, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is that somewhere on one of those two pictures is a number.
Yes.
Okay? How many digits does that number have? Kind of.
There are 4 numbers.
4 numbers.
Okay.
Okay. And the picture, is there an airplane involved in this?
Yes.
What's the number?
The number is 7077.
7077.
That's it.
There you have it.
That's it. Wow. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Do you go to horse racing at all?
No, I don't. No. And I don't know the lottery numbers because if I knew the lottery numbers,
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
here.
here right now. Okay.
No, stay there, Mark.
So true. So true. Yeah. Man, hold on to this guy, man.
Hold on to this guy.
No, Mark, we're going to get you back up here to do... Hey, crowd, that's enough.
That was really
We're going
good.
to get you
though.
back
I
up
like
there. That was a very good... You like the clapping?
I like the clapping. I want to get this app.
Oh, you want that app? That's not an app. There's real people in the audience. You just broke the illusion. But anyway, we're going to get you back
I'll
up
be
here to
back.
do a joke on the next
Okay.
comic. So anyway, we actually had 2 other guests that were going to be coming on the show. One is a singer, very talented singer, but she's going to be coming on the next show because she had a family emergency. And then we have another comic that was going to come on the show, Pierre, who's a 20-year veteran, been in many movies. The player, what's the name of the one with the player?
Be a Player.
How to Be a Player, which is a big cult classic. So he was on the poster to be here, but he's going to come the next show and have a whole 30-minute show to himself, because he started out with Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, all the big names, and went more the acting avenue, and has become very successful. So he'll be on the next big show. So what's new, Al? Anything?
Nothing much, man.
So I'm going to tell you my jokes again.
Okay.
Okay. So
I like those jokes.
You like it?
Yeah.
I don't get to go out much and perform much, so because my wife won't let me out much. So I often will post my jokes to Facebook. If you get a number of likes, then you can repeat the jokes.
Okay.
So the only time I go out is to host the Jerry Farber's Side Door on Wednesday nights. $5, you get all the chicken wings, grilled cheese sandwich, and steak time you want. So anyway, but when you're a comic, you really need to go out 2, 3, 4 times a week. These young comics, it's like being a doctor. It's like being a doctor. And it's about a 10-year period to success. But what I've come to learn in my short time of 4 years doing this is that I've come to realize that one of the main reasons people get stage fright, including myself, isn't the people you're performing for. It could be 2,000 people on. That's not what's scary. What's scary is you may forget your jokes. And that's my biggest fear. I may forget my jokes. But at the same time, it goes both ways. Because when I perform, the audience often fears it made me remember my jokes.
Woo.
You like that joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, that's clap. It's supposed to be laughter. It wasn't that funny. It was just an observance. So anyway, the police stopped me they stopped me the other day and were going to give me a ticket for pretending to be a bad comic, impersonating a bad comic. I said, I'm not impersonating being a bad comic. I am a bad comic, and I can prove it. Knock, knock.
Okay.
Okay. So my wife said she needs to shed a few pounds. I said, that's great. That's wonderful. How are you going to do it? She said, see a divorce attorney. Bit up thumb. It was funnier the first time.
Yeah. Good.
So I told a friend of mine for the last 25 years, when my wife gets mad at me, she yells, she kicks, she screams, she scratches. So I went and bought a book on how to improve our marriage. And my friend said, well, did it work? What did it say? It said, agree with everything she says. Bit up thumb. Okay, that's enough jokes for tonight. Okay, now let's get on to our first one of the smartest, most intelligent comics I've ever met. He's a doctor. He's a doctor. He's a doctor. Let's give it up for Mr. Dr. Anwar Osborne. Welcome to the stage.
All right. Thank you for making me feel like I'm the third string player.
You are the third string player.
You went out of your way.
They asked me. So
Let me tell you about all the famous people that was going to be here. Let me tell you about this other lady who was going to sing, and now there's Anwar.
Do you think I should give up doing these jokes? Do you think I should give up these?
No, the jokes are funny, man.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you.
Jokes are funny.
Now, Al was telling me you really are a surgeon. He asked me where your surgeon at, and I said at the PetSmart on Johnson Ferry Road. No, I'm just kidding. So you really are a surgeon.
Well, sort of.
So explain it, because Dr. Anwar comes to our open mic at Jerry Farber's Side Door on Roswell and Piedmont Road. It's $5 to get in for chicken wings and grilled cheese sandwich and all the same time you want.
That's not true. It's 5 minutes, and you remind us that every time with a light.
That's right. That's right. I do. So he graces us with his presence. It's a big honor because you are quite intelligent. Now, first of all, what you wanted to be did you always want to be a surgeon?
Well,
are you a surgeon?
See, okay, again. One of these days you're going to get it right.
Right.
Emergency medicine. It's not necessarily surgery.
But you're there when they cut the cut, right?
Yeah, there's some cutting. But I mean, like, if I'm cutting on you, like, somebody's about to die. So.
Oh, someone's going to die if you cut on.
Well, I mean, either way.
Yeah,
I mean, well,
that was actually quite funny.
I don't really save a lot of people in the ER if I'm cutting on them. So.
I mean, have you ever had to cut on them?
Yeah.
Do you come up with some of your biggest jokes while you're in the ER?
Yes and no, but it's not usually about the patients. It's usually about other people. Like, the nurses are pretty funny people. And when I first started writing jokes, I was like, everybody's like, oh, you got all this material, you got all these patients. Yeah. And then sooner or later you'll find a patient in the audience, and you want to talk about awkward. Oh, that is awkward. I mean,
you actually have had patients in your audience?
I mean, this lady was like, I told you about the trash can water smell in confidence. It was bad. It was
Okay.
it was rough, man. But you know, I stopped. So like,
Yeah.
So really now, like the way to look at it is more of a, let's say it's an enhanced, it's an embellished hyper reality that's usually 5 or 6 patients that come together
Yeah.
for one story.
So
it's never one
you're
person.
just administering medicine. They just remember. Do you actually tell them you're a comic while you're administering?
No,
medicine?
I'm actually very deadpan when I'm seeing the patients, and they don't like that.
They would rather you joke with them.
You know, they you know what?
A
You
good
know,
bedside manner. There's nothing better than a good bedside manner. Do you have a good bedside manner?
No, I don't. In fact, I had a complaint just this week. Actually, I get a complaint. I usually get like 3 complaints a day.
Yeah.
That's my baseline. But for real, my
Complaints because of your personality?
Yes.
I mean, you're really quite friendly.
Yes. No, I'm not. But it's all business in the ER. And my complaint this week is this guy came in and he gave me his long story about how sick he is. And anyway, I told him what I thought. But at the end, he was like, you know what? I don't like your nonchalant attitude about my illness.
Yeah, well, you know, a bedside manner means more than anything.
Well, I mean,
Really.
I told him, I was like, you know, you got 2 choices. I was like, either I can act like this is the first time I've ever seen this,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if you'd feel comfortable with that, or I can be deadpan like right now. And I was like, you know,
Well, you know what it is. You're intellectual.
yeah,
You're intellectual. You're very left-brained,
yeah,
and you show no emotion.
right, yeah.
But you show a lot of emotion in the studio. You're quite friendly.
well,
Quite friendly.
yeah, well, you see, this
Like
is
when
the
I'm
control.
dying on stage, you seem very happy.
because it's my turn. I want my whole 5 minutes, and I want a grilled cheese sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't need you standing in the way of that when I get to chair 5.
That's right. Now you wanted to be a neurosurgeon, right?
That's good. Yeah, it's actually when I first was in med school, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. It was a couple of things that kind of turned me
Yeah.
from that career path. And you know, one, the surgeries can sometimes be like 12 hours, 20 hours.
Right.
And I remember, you know, when I was the second year, I would show up to the surgeries, and you know, I was just kind of scrub it in just to kind of see what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was there for 4 hours, and I was like, man, I gotta pee. He was like, okay, go pee. We'll be here when you get back. And I was like, we're not gonna wrap this up. He's like, no. We got about another 20 hours. I was like, that's not it. Can't do this.
That's like.
But I tell you, but the turning point was there's a couple of surgeries after that, and like, you know, as a med student, you kind of get there and you kind of look in on the brain, and
Yep.
they had this patient, and the surgeon took a piece of the tumor, and he grabbed it with a little hook and he gives it to me. He says, hold this with your hand.
What was he going to put it back in?
Well, no, he was cutting away at it.
Yeah,
so he was
yeah.
trying to cut. He's like, but don't pull it too hard. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, that area of the speech, and that area of the brain right there is responsible for speech. And if you pull it too hard, there's going to be some problems. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, look, if you pull on this too hard, I'm going to tattoo your phone number on this lady's belly, so in a week she can call you and be like, blah, blah, blah.
Are you serious? This is no joke.
He said that's a true story.
And she's saying, well, you know, she could hear these things.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
So did you laugh?
I left.
You left.
It's like, I can't do this. It's too much pressure.
Is this one of the craziest things you've seen? What's the craziest thing you've seen?
So I worked at this one busy trauma hospital, and these guys were drag racing,
Uh-huh.
I guess, on an interstate that shall remain nameless. But I guess one of them was drag racing and figured he didn't need 2 hands for it, so he had a hand out the window, flips the car, right?
Right.
And he shows up at ER, he's drunk, and there was blood everywhere, and I was like, you know, hey boss, I need you to relax, because you know, I think you're missing an arm here.
Oh, the arm was gone?
The arm was gone.
Did they find it?
Well, that's the thing. He was like, I'm not missing an arm, and I was like, I think you're just really drunk. And he was awake for all this. And so about 10 minutes later, the cops come, and they got his arm.
Then he believed it, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he was like, that's not my arm. And like the cops were like, we found the arm. It was in a ditch. And me and like 4 other people were like, okay, just put it in the sink.
So did you sew it back on?
No. They could have left it in the ditch.
And he really thought his arm was... Well, you know, people still feel their limbs when they're gone.
Exactly. And when you're drunk, it's more... it's more of an issue. Yeah, that was probably the craziest thing.
It's Well, it is kind of funny, but it's not funny to him when he came out of being got
Well, I
sober.
mean, the put it in the sink thing was funny to everybody.
Did you all laugh?
It would be, you would lose respect for me if I said
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Oh well.
Were
I mean,
you-
I shouldn't laugh. It
You're
was
at
sad.
Emory University.
It was a sad day. It was sad. You shouldn't.
You
laugh.
think you'll have a job after this show? So yeah. Okay. Now, do the nurses think?
Did I
you're-
say? I didn't say that's not. I was not working at Emory. So.
Do the nurses think you're funny?
No.
They don't.
No. The I would say I probably had to say some of the meanest things I say to nurses. That because I usually start the shift off by finding the single ones
Uh-huh.
and then asking them if they have cats. And,
Cats? Why do you ask them if they have
It's
cats?
because like the crazy cat lady, and a lot of them are very sensitive because they're like, oh no, I don't have cats. I date people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet you got a cat. I bet you have a cat that has a first name that's like a military name,
Yeah.
and then it's like a cat adjective,
Yeah.
like General Fluffers or
Yeah.
Captain
This
Snuggles.
guy's very funny. Now, do the nurses don't think you're funny, but do the patients think you're funny?
No, patients don't think I'm funny. Not at all, actually.
Really?
So yeah, oh yeah. Well, I try to say it, keep it all above board, and that's why you have to be deadpan. Because if you slip into something where you start laughing,
Uh-huh.
they might say, "Oh, you're laughing at me." So I just, it's
Now,
all-
have we gone 16 minutes already? Okay, just quickly, I'm going to leave the stage since you don't have a video. I want you to do 2 jokes on screen. You don't have a video. Can you do that if I leave the stage? Pretend like, and I'm going to have cheery laughter when you say the jokes. You don't think you can do that?
No, I can do it.
Okay,
no,
let's do it.
I'm just thinking.
2 jokes.
I can do jokes.
Because you don't have a video. Move over to the middle. Move over to the middle.
I thought I was doing
You don't
jokes.
have much time, so you better say your jokes.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so I think my kid has been breastfed for too long. I don't know if you got kids.
Yes.
Yeah. How long did you breastfeed?
She still does.
Not-
She's 24 years old.
Well, I got a 3-year-old
Yeah.
still breastfeeding,
Yeah.
and it's kind of inappropriate. Like if you're the kid was like, Mommy, I don't want the one on the left. It's got a long hair that gets in my teeth. It's like, it's time. At that point, it's kind of time to maybe wrap it up, And I took my kid and I said, hey, I'm gonna buy you this stool, and what I want you to do is I want you to use it. You can push it up to the refrigerator and get some water. You can push it over to the cupboard and get something to eat. There's no reason to be on your mom's breast like that. And I walked in on them. It was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And the 3-year-old had a titty in one hand and an Oreo cookie in the other, talking about, "Daddy, you a genius!" So that's my one joke. Did you say 2 jokes? That's kind of like a kid. But yeah, no. My wife is actually anti me telling that joke because it's that real.
Well, what we're going to do now, come over here. Come here, Mark.
Am I in the way?
Now, we're going to see Mark, we'll see how intelligent you really are.
Okay.
Okay, so move over a little.
Move
and
over
then
just a
Mark
little
is
bit.
going to do another mental trick on you.
Mental thing.
To see how mental you are.
Okay, nope. We're going to use books again. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
That was funny.
I think so.
Yeah, I did.
Even the arm thing?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to,
Well, you got to be careful. With,
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't-
some
it
people
wasn't
are
in
sensitive
Atlanta.
about arms. You're really.
So
you know.
wait, the guy can't come strangle me. Oh, is that wrong? That's wrong. Okay, so. Man, that's wrong.
That's funny.
That's wrong, though.
That's right. Okay.
But
All
it
right.
wasn't in Atlanta. It wasn't Atlanta.
That's that's good enough. And you won't tell where it was. Dan, I want you to hold this for me. I wrote a prediction down before we got here tonight. It's sealed in this envelope. I hadn't messed with it. Hold on to that for me. Just hold it. Okay? We're going to. I'm going to try to figure out a word, perhaps that that's in one of these books that I don't know and you're going to look at. Okay? So point to one of the 2 books. All right? It's yours. I want you now. Come here a minute. Can you see me okay if I stand up? Okay. Say stop.
Stop.
What page is that on right there?
92.
92, go to page 92. Okay? And I want you to look at the first word on page 92. Now, first word on page 92, I'm not sure what it is, but I think my prediction might have helped. Dan, let me see that envelope. You've got the first word on page 92, and I'm going to open this. You could have opened it, but you will trust me to open this. You're not ever supposed to handle stuff yourself. But here's what I want you to do. Like that, we're running out of time on it.
Oh, you're fine.
On the prediction, I wrote 347, 119. Now that doesn't...
That's not a word now.
That's not a word.
Okay, I'm just checking.
But I have a copy here of the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. And first thing I want you to do, without me watching, is to write your word down on this pad and just turn it over. Don't let anybody else see it, okay? Let's turn this space down, okay? Now, go to page 347. They're up in the corner.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's the
I'm not
dictionary.
very bright. That's bad, isn't it?
Don't tell me that now. All right, at 347, first column, 19th word down.
Oh, that's crazy.
What's
Hold
the
on.
word?
Wait, 1,
Count
2,
down there.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19!
What's the word?
Hospital.
Turn the pad over.
That's hospital.
Hospital.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You guys must have known this 92 thing.
No. Did we have that set up?
No.
No. I promise you.
You want to do one more real fast?
No,
sit back here and think about it.
I'll sit back there and think about it. I'll get out of the way.
Anwar, you stay up here. You're a good sidekick. Stay up
Oh,
here.
really? Okay.
Move over. Move over.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
So, listen, while I'm up here, I might as well say my fourth joke. How do you come up with jokes? Are you writing them while you're in surgery? Do you actually write a joke while you're in the ER?
No. I like to write when I get home. Most of the time, like, something happens to, like, inspire a joke.
Uh-huh.
But it's never, like, verbatim whatever
Yeah.
happens.
See, I can't sit down and write jokes. Jokes are kind of like sex to me. They have to come.
Wow.
But that was kind of R-rated for this show. It's kind of a clean show. But anyway, so the other day we got a new neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
And her neighbor, she's from Bulgaria. And she sounds like Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so we have a big problem with squirrels in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so our neighbor comes over and she says, "Will you kill squirrel in backyard? This crazy squirrel driving me nuts." And I said, "Well, I can't kill him. He just flew away. But Moose is coming by soon."
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
All right, I got it. It's a good story. It's not medicine related.
Yeah.
But so a couple of years ago, my sister-in-law visited us, and they brought their. She was like, we're bringing all the kids, and we're also bringing our au pair.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, an au pair, what's that? And she explained what an au pair is.
Right.
And some woman from another country, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. And so they bring the kids and the au pair, and like I'm like, so who's the au pair? And the au pair is this like, I don't know, teenage bombshell. At 19.
From Sweden?
Well, I mean, I was like, why would you put all this temptation in my house? You know what I mean? Y'all need to stay someplace else.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, and she comes to me, she's like, oh, it'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, where you're from? And she's like, oh, Montenegro.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. I was like, it's pronounced Montenegro. I hate you. Is that a bad joke?
No, that's not a bad joke. As long as you don't say a Jewish joke. No.
That's a true story, man. That's a true story.
Did you crack up when she said it?
I was like, that's inappropriate. I said, you're not gonna be in my house. I want to stay married to this woman. She get on my nerves, but I'm not doing it twice.
It's funny. My brother, 20 years ago, au pairs were real big years ago. I don't know if people use them anymore. But they had an au pair from Sweden. and she would come down every morning topless.
Really?
And he just pretended like he didn't notice. But
that's what you got to do. That's the hard part.
yeah. But finally, his wife saw it. She put a stop to it. But I said, lucky him. So what else do you have funny to tell? You are a very funny person, and you always coming up with new jokes.
Yeah.
So what's your newest joke?
The breast joke. That was my newest joke.
That was a good joke.
Yeah.
Are you coming up with good jokes, new jokes every day?
Maybe once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Just one a week?
I mean, I got jokes that are partially done that aren't good, like because I'm still the thing I'm working on now is there was a story of it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And it was I was working in the trauma bay. And whenever there's a trauma, there's a lot of times a crime involved. So cops will come by or whatever, and cops they're all pretty nice people, but they don't want to be there, right? So they're like, I'm getting back out on the street. But people who do want to be there are the detectives.
What?
So,
really?
Because they're all dressed in suits.
Yeah.
And for some reason
they're trying to pick up nurses.
That's right. They watch too much of that internet stuff because it don't happen that way. So they come in all clean and smelling good, and they talk to the nurses, and one of the guys, he tried to close with, he did. He was like, so you mind helping me find the elevator? And then the nurse was like, well, why don't you get out your little magnifying glass and gather some clues,
Was he?
and maybe you'll be able to find the elevator in the busiest hotel or hospital in the whole city.
So he was really trying to hit on her.
Yeah,
That's funny.
He was like, you can't find a hotel. This is good. This is Grady.
Now, are the detectives coming by to question the patient about what went on, what happened?
Well, I mean, they try to get contact information.
Yeah.
So it's pretty routine stuff, but they there's a lot of hitting on the nurses. It's pretty funny.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Do the nurses, if your wife is watching, I'm just asking, don't be bothered by this question, but did the nurse, in fact, put your hands over your ears. Did the nurse ever hit on you?
No.
Be honest.
Mm-mm.
They don't?
No. I mean, it's just so much business. It's just so much business.
It's all business.
I mean, it's not like in the shared experience. It's not sexy like the pornography.
But
that
the
you would
interns
see.
are kind of frisky. I know that. I used to work in a hospital.
Look, I'll tell you, there's a lot of nurse and doctor sex, except none of it involves me.
Now we're getting where we want to go. Did you ever walk in on one, like in the linen closet or anything like that?
No.
That's too bad. That's why you became a doctor.
So I can watch that?
Doctor.
There's internet for all of that, so I don't need
Okay, let me ask you this. How your parents paid for your education? Your mother came into the club once, right?
No, my mom has not seen my set.
Oh, well then I wouldn't, because she could be. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny, but you are spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
A doctor.
Yeah, and if she knew what I had to do at the end of some of these shifts, my goodness.
But do you tell her you do comedy?
Yeah.
And she like it?
She wants to see it.
I don't know of any doctor that has become a comic. Now, be honest.
There's a lot. Who? There's the guy from what's that movie with that did three of them. The first one was a really funny one. Hangover. The Asian guy.
Oh, he was a doctor?
He's an internist, and he started out doing improv.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a couple of guys who do just doctor jokes like at conferences, and like they work that angle, and that's pretty good money. It's better than doctor money.
Now, be honest. If this picked up, would you give up being a doctor?
So that's a big if. One, because I'm not that funny, and two, like giving up being a doctor.
No, you are funny. I mean, it's a very long
I got about 10 years.
It's a 10-year period.
Yeah. By then, I'm not. It's not going to be the same kind of funny.
No, it gets old.
Very old.
Everything comedy's changed.
Like, so I don't think I'm going to have it like to make it big, but it's a fun hobby.
But you know what you should do is focus on being a comic on seminars for doctors.
Right.
Like
that's what a lot of people do.
Okay.
And that's not crazy.
No, that's what I went. Now, quickly, while he's answering this, you come back up here. Where could people find you? Have a website, a Facebook, or anything?
No.
I know you don't have to tell Chuck. I just want you back up here. You don't have anything promoting yourself?
Well, I got a show coming up.
You stay here.
We're putting our show together.
When's your next show?
The Hip versus Swag is the show.
And where's it at?
It's at Jerry Farmer's.
Okay,
so
what
we're
day?
doing the 21st and 22nd of August.
Yeah.
And
21st and 22nd of August. Jerry Farmer's.
I can't make it. I'm supposed to
Piedmont
host
Roswell.
a club then.
Really?
Now, where can they find you?
You can see me at Jerry's in July,
Uh-huh.
and we haven't got a date yet.
Uh-huh.
And we have Magic Night Atlanta
Uh-huh.
every third Friday
Uh-huh.
at Jerry Farber's.
Okay. And do you have a website?
I have a website called
Uh-huh.
markjohnsonspeaks.com.
And you have an agent.
I have a couple agents.
Are
yes.
you making money at this thing?
Not the kind that you survive on,
Uh-huh.
but it has been very rewarding.
Okay. Listen, thank you for tuning in to Comics on Parole. Tune in. We're kind of having a show change. It'll be June 8th will be the next show. It's a Monday night, and we're going to have Comic Pierre, and Senorita Awesome, a really beautiful, beautiful singer. So thank you for tuning in to Comics on Parole. And remember, wherever you go, there you are. Tune in to www.hominybooking.com and for all your booking needs. And come on the next show and watch us. We'll be there. We might not be funny, but we will be there.
We will be here.
Thank you. Everyone wave goodbye.